want to start off by saying you guys and you guys were marvelous. Thank you. Last couple weeks before Buzz came, last week, I hope you like Buzz, he's kind of fun, isn't he? We were talking about the book of Revelation, and you know, that how it gets turned around, it all becomes that end time, what's God going to do someday type of thing. And it gets caught up in this great and glorious event, right? Sometimes called the rapture, but other things as well. And that book speaks of a whole different type of presence of God. And that's got a monkey on her back. The nurses say they never saw a smile like that. Doctor says she might stand a chance if somebody takes her home. What if Jesus came back like that? What if Jesus came back in those unexpected ways, like a baby in a manger? We want great and glorious, but what we often receive is that everyday moment where God is present and with us, and that gift that we don't recognize. How many of us have sometimes, for example, overlooked the great gift of youth? And you know why, of course? Because youth also do all those things that don't feel like gift. Sometimes. Right? And so those things that we don't understand, those things where they seem to be working at cross purposes with us, but isn't that true of the person who's sitting right next to you sometimes? Right? We don't always recognize easily those gifts that are there around us. And I've learned that, at least in my life, this may not be true of you, but I think it might be. Sometimes I don't recognize the gift in you because I'm so busy trying to get you to give me the gift that I want. And I'm looking there expecting a certain gift and not recognizing the gift that is there. And not allowing that gift that is there to flourish and become and bless my life. And part of that is not our fault. There's a lot of advertising that tells us otherwise, right? This year I heard a new ad, and I don't remember the whole ad, I don't even remember what it's for, but the tagline was this: Thanksgiving is here. And hasn't that become pretty typical of us? We go right into the getting, what people give you. And so we think that we ought to receive. And we buy into that on a regular basis. And we have to remember how important it is to recognize the gift that is already there and to celebrate that gift. It's much easier to focus on that gift we should receive than on the gift that is there. And you know why? Because sometimes you guys are hard to unwrap. Right? The gift that you have seems hidden from me behind whatever else is there. And we have to purposely choose to see beyond the presentation to sometimes see the gift. A couple weeks ago, Dottie, our district superintendent, spoke at a cluster conference. We had people from all over the Tucson area that came together. That is in the other person. The people south forget the gift that's north, and the people north forget the gift that's south. The people that are this way forget this gift, and the people that are that way forget that gift. And on a regular basis, we don't recognize what's true about each other. But how many know that youth are a gift? It's even in spite of whatever they are in that moment. And how many have to choose to hear the gift during some moments of their lives? And how about the other people around you? How many remember that they are a gift? That person right there that is taking 1,000,000 hours, and so I'm helping them across. one by one, one by one. And away they go off to the church service. And then toward the back is Ronaldo. I go, he's really going to need my help. He's going to need the gift that I am, right? And so I reach out my hand to help him across. And he looks at that hand and looks at me. And then he backs up a few steps. And he comes running on that one crutch and that one leg, and he sails across that. And I'd forgotten the gift that he is and what he could be, right? And we need to remind each other of that gift on a regular basis. And we need to recognize that gift in each other and in ourselves. So let me tell you one of the great things that I know. You are an amazing gift. Now, I wasn't talking to your neighbor. I was talking to you. You are an amazing gift. Every one of the yous in here is an amazing gift. And how many sometimes forget that? Part of what you're doing during this time is you are remembering that you are an amazing gift. God has a purpose for you. That's what we say at the Refuge of Hope on a regular basis. Pastor Victor taught me that he looks into the lives of these kids that are broken of body, kids like Ronaldo, and he looks at them and he says, God has a purpose for you, and we'd like to help you find it. God has a purpose that God has created each and every one of you for. Something wondrous, something amazing, something that's going to happen because of who you are. And our job as people of faith is to remind each other of that. And so I want you to raise your hand if you know somebody in here that's incredible and that you're willing to share why they have blessed your life. Tell me.
I know you see, you're pretty incredible. This week, earlier, I was suicidal. And some people going through training. And you reminded me that I was given something.
Thank you.
A moment of my time, like you gave me, and I got fast. God bless.
Did I see a hand over here? Yes.
This is Carlin, and she's like a second mom to me, and always has been, whether I deserved it or not.
And I'm guessing there were a few times you didn't. Thank you, Carlin, for being a gift. Yes?
The lady sitting right there in black has been a tremendous gift in my life. I've never known a person who is more loving or giving, who's always there no matter what, to help in any situation. And I love you very much, Barbara.
Barbara, thank you for being a gift. Yes?
I have a gift that I have a sister in my heart, and her name is Stevie, and she helped me with my child in times of need, and I am very thankful.
Those are great gifts to receive. Thank you. Yes?
I'm going to be cheesy. My gift is my husband, because sometimes I nag him a lot, and I'm hard to deal with, and he's very patient and loving with me and our kids, and he's just a rock, and I couldn't do anything without him.
Yeah, that's great. Sometimes those close relationships, those husband and wife relationships, are sometimes the ones where we forget the most often. I mean, because this time of year, I go shopping for my wife, and I go to the departments and the stores that I typically go to, and I don't find the gift that she is there. And so it's important to remember to look for that gift. Thank you.
To say that Becky and really have given me shelter and a roof over my head, and they're like a daughter and the best brother ever.
Those are good gifts. Thank you so much.
Margaret, who's sitting beside me, has helped me for years to get to church, to get to the hospital, to get to all kinds of appointments. life, she's just been there. And I always can count on her.
That's a great gift to receive, isn't it? Thank you.
And likewise. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Great, thank you. I want to give you just about 2.5 minutes. Look at you. I thank God every time I remember you. Constantly praying with joy in every one of my prayers, and this is my prayer, that your love may overflow more and more.
Amen.
My friend Peter sent a picture on Facebook. He lives up in Washington State, and it was a picture of one of those storage spaces up there, and yet the neon lights in the middle of the night, one of them had not worked, one letter had not worked, and so the picture he sent me was of Tacoma Elf Storage. It's about the time of year to get those elves out, isn't it? It's about the time of year to remember again. That's what we do during Advent, is we pull those elves out of the closet. Remember those gifts that we are. We take them out again, and we become that thing again that God is asking us to be. And so the question is, how are you storing your elf away? How is it that you've forgotten the wonder of who you are and who God has created you to be? Because what do we believe? That every single one of us, every single person in this room, every single person outside of this room was created in God's very image, and that within us lies part of God. What's Emmanuel mean? God with us. That here among us, no matter what face you tend to present to me, whatever it is that you're doing that bugs me, whatever it is that causes me to want to push you away, what we celebrate is that God is right here with us. And that there's a reason that I should get over whatever it is, get past however it is that you're presenting yourself, and remember the truth about you. It might get hidden. If it was all by itself, it'd be, maybe I wouldn't see it. But yet right next to it, there's that red one, and that yellow one, and that green one, and each of the other ones all strung together. And they work because there's electricity in every single one of them, right? And they're connected through that electricity. And isn't that the same with us? There is a God in you that lets that blue light in you, or that red light in you, or that yellow light in you, or whatever color it is, lets you shine. And maybe by yourself you might get overlooked, but on that strand of everything that we are, we're gorgeous. We're wonderful. We are amazing if we just let God continue to shine, and if we continue to recognize that gift that we all are. Our light, whatever color, whatever size, be it little, tiny, or huge, is a gift to this world and in this community, not just this small community that is here. A wondrous gift given by God for this world. And every time you see someone that doesn't feel like a gift in that moment, remind yourself of the truth. All is a gift. They breathe the air that Jesus breathed. They are the gift that God gives. Amen.